A double exposure is a fun way to add an artistic effect to your photo, and today we're going to show you the key to creating beautiful double exposures in Photoshop. Hey there and welcome to PHLEARN. My name is Aaron Nace, and today we're starting with how to create the double exposure effect. Then we're going to show you what works and what doesn't work. So let's jump into Photoshop and show you how it's done. So we're starting with our first double exposure. I want to combine this photo and this photo. Now we're going to grab our move tool right up here on the very top left and simply click and drag from one image over to another. I'm going to hit F for full screen. We're going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Fantastic. First thing we want to do is we want to take this layer and make it larger so it completely covers our background layer. So let's go ahead and hit Control-Command-T for our transform. Up here at the very top where you see W for width and H for height, you can simply click and drag over either W or H and scale this image up. Beautiful, that looks really good. Let's go ahead and put it right about there. Perfect. Now, a traditional double exposure shot on film basically takes the light information for each of the images and puts them on top of each other. So how do you take just the light information from one photo in Photoshop? You use screen blend mode. So let's go over here to our layer, make sure your top layer is selected. To go to your blend mode from normal, we're just gonna go all the way down to where we see screen, and that's literally all there is to it. So we're screening or adding the light from this photo on top of the other photo, and this looks really cool. Don't forget, from here, if you hit Control or Command-T, you can set your point over there, and then you can scale this as large or as small as you want to get a different effect. All right, now this looks pretty good. If you want to make your subject a little bit more visible underneath, you can hit Control or Command-L for your levels. Let's go ahead and bring that over here. And then you can adjust your levels, just your midpoint slider here, and you're going to see more or less of the overlying image is going to be visible. Something right about there looks pretty cool. I like this effect. Now in this case, this works quite well because the original image is relatively dark where my subject's face is. Let's go ahead and shift it back to a normal blend mode so we can take a look at that. All right, we're gonna take our blend mode and put it all the way back up here to normal. We can see this area here is relatively dark, which means when we set it to a screen blend mode, it's basically gonna become invisible, making our subject's face visible. All right, let's go ahead and bring it from normal all the way down to screen again, and we can see, yeah, in fact, I can see my subject's face through there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what works and what doesn't work. And it has a lot to do with what areas of the photo are dark versus light. All right, so jumping back in, the next photo we're gonna grab is this photo here. Beautiful little cherry blossoms here. We're gonna click and drag from one image over to the other. Hit F for full screen. Let's go ahead and make the original image that we use invisible. Let's scale this up, Control or Command-T, and we're just gonna scale this up and put it right about there and hit enter. Okay. So same exact process here. We're gonna go from normal down here to screen, okay? But you can see this doesn't quite work nearly as well. And the reason is because the original image was very light where my subject's face is, okay? So I'm not really able to see through it that well. Again, I can hit Control or Command-L here and I can make this image a little bit darker. There we go, let's just go to the right. And we can see, yes, now I can see through the image a little bit better. And maybe you like this effect, but I tend to want to see my subject's face a little bit more. So let's go ahead and hit undo a couple times. I'm going to put this back to normal. So the key here is where my subject's face is. This is the important part in my opinion. Where the subject's face is, you want that area to be dark in the image that you're going to put over top to create that double exposure. So this image works actually quite well because it's relatively dark in this area. So when I set it to screen blend mode, I can still see my subject's face. This image is relatively light in that area and quite a bit of detail. So when I set it to screen blend mode, well, I can't really see that much of my subject. All right, and to reinforce this, we're gonna go ahead and grab our third image. So let's go ahead and take this image. Now, I found this image, it's dark on the very top left, so we can flip this. So let's go ahead and click and drag this over. Beautiful, F for full screen. There we are. Let's hit Control or Command-T for transform and go ahead and hold that H to scale it up. Perfect, hit enter there. And now, let's change our blend mode from normal to screen. Looking pretty good. I just want to flip this because remember, the plant image here is dark up in this top left corner. So if I flip this horizontally, it's going to be dark where my subject's face is. So let's hit Control or Command T to transform. Okay, again, we're on this layer with the leaves. Then I'm going to go in my contextual taskbar and just flip this horizontally. Perfect. And we can go ahead and bring that down there, and I can scale it up a little bit too. Let's go ahead and bring our control point up there and scale it up and go ahead and bring that down. And we have something like that, looking really, really good. Now the light information kind of frames our subject, looks really good. Keep in mind, we can hit Control or Command L for our levels and adjust your midpoint here to make this more or less visible, making your original photo show through. So there we go. One beautiful example of a double exposure, another beautiful example of another exposure. In this example, well, it just doesn't necessarily work as well because the original image was too light where my subject's face is. And hey, look at that. We can even combine these all together. A triple exposure, what? It actually looks pretty cool. So there's the key. Make sure you have your portrait or your main photo as your underlying layer. And then the image you'd like to place on top of it, make sure it's dark where the most important details are, like your subject's face. When you set it to a screen blend mode, it's going to make that area invisible and only allow the light areas to be visible, creating a perfect double exposure. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give us a big thumbs up. And if you want to get more free tutorials, click on that subscribe button. Thanks so much, and I'll learn you later. Bye, everyone.